You think not getting caught on a lie is the same thing as telling the truth?
No. It's simple economics. Today it's oil, right? In 10 or 15 years, food, plutonium, and maybe even sooner. Now, what do you think the people are going to want us to do then?
Ask them.
Not now. Then. Ask them when they're running out. Ask them when there's no heat in their homes and they're cold. Ask them when their engines stop. Ask them when people who've never known hunger start going hungry. You want to know something? They won't want us to ask them. They'll just want us to get it for them.
It's the end of the world as we know it. I feel fine.
Good morning, slaves, and welcome to another edition of It's the End of the World as we know it, and I feel fine. Your best source for news, weather, and traffic reports. I am your host, the Stimulator, and in the short time I've been off the air, the shit has literally hit the fan. In news of the hungry, the soaring price of food has been igniting riots in many countries during the past year. But it took hundreds of hungry Haitians storming the presidential palace in Port-au-Prince for the bottom-feeding corporate media to pay attention to a story that's about a year old. The crisis has been blamed on global warming, droughts, floods, skyrocketing oil prices, and the use of food crops as Hummer snacks. But the motherfucking ass clown that occupies the White House thinks otherwise.
Actually, I have a little different take. Our farmers grow energy as opposed to us purchasing energy from parts of the world that are unstable or may not like us.
Maybe this fucktard is trying to avoid having thousands of hungry, homeless, and angry Americans from paying him a visit at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. After all, he is responsible for the big push for biofuels, until recently denied that global warming was a problem, and looked the other way as greedy motherfuckers suckered working class Americans into loans they could not pay. As Bob Marley once said, yes, my fellow slaves, the collapse seems to be right around the corner, but most Americans are too distracted by the primary horse race.
Watch the hands, watch the hands.
If you don't believe me, let's recap a few fun things that came up this week. The price of crude hit an all-time high, $120 a barrel. To make things more interesting, Saudi King Abdullah has ordered for any new oil finds to stay in the ground. With their mighty Ghawar oil field already in decline, this is bad news for oil importers, aka the United States. Kicking it up a notch was an announcement made by OPEC's president, Chakib Khalil. Mr. Khalil said that oil could reach up to $200 a barrel by this year. Also, the high price of jet fuel grounded 3 airlines in just 1 week. And as I said earlier, food riots have erupted around the world, including mass demonstrations in Egypt, Cameroon, the Philippines, Ivory Coast, and Senegal, to name a few. But one thing that might make Americans hop into action is beer. The price of hops, a key ingredient in making brewskis, has increased tenfold in the past year, making the overall price of beer to go up. With a hot and dry summer being forecast, it might be a good idea to look for a luscious substitute drink. And speaking of LSD, Albert Hoffman, the inventor of the CIA's favorite party favor, ended his trip on planet Earth this week at the age of 102. Hoffman is credited with helping millions of people enjoy bad music and think they can fly. With everything being so fucked, it may be a good time to take a little break and spend the weekend staring at the mirror.
You have not seen underage girls on your compound being married?
It's not a compound.
Do you understand
It's
the allegations?
It's not. It's our ranch and it's our homes. It's our ranch and it's our homes. It's our ranch and it's our homes. It's our ranch and it's our homes.
Underage girls have sex, being forced. Do you know that?
It's our ranch and it's our home. It's our home.
But again, when you're
It's not a compound.
your lifestyle,
It's not.
being forced. Do you know that?
It's our ranch and it's our homes. 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 It's not a compound. It's our ranch and it's our home. It's our home.
It's not a compound.
Holy fucking shit, that was fucked. But what's even more fucked is that most Americans don't celebrate or even know about May Day. A day to remember the fight for the 8-hour workday, and a struggle that was started by a coalition of American anarchists, socialists, and laborers. As I type this, millions of people across the world are taken to the street to commemorate this important event and to celebrate those martyrs who died fighting for our rights. Yep, American history is full of great victories for the working man, but yet remain absent from most history schoolbooks. Thanks to badass filmmaker John Sayles, one such story is retold as a cinematic masterpiece. This week, in Where the Fuck Have I Been?, I bring you Matewan.
You want to be treated like men? You want to be treated fair? Well, you ain't men to that coal company. Your equipment, like a shovel, a gondola car, a hunk of wood brace. They'll use you till you wear out or you break down or you're buried under a slate fall, and then they'll get a new one. And they don't care what color it is or where it comes from. It doesn't matter how much coal you can load or how long your family has lived on this land. If you stand alone, you're just so much shit to those people. You think this man is your enemy? Huh? This is a worker. Any union keeps this man out ain't a union. It's a goddamn club. Now they got you fighting white against colored, native against foreign, holla against holla. When you know there ain't but two sides of this world. Them that work and them that don't. You work. They don't. That's all you got to know about the enemy.
That was Joe Kenahan, played by actor Chris Cooper. Kenahan rolled up in the mining town of Matewan to help organize the union. Back then, as it is today, corporations were not too fond of unions and would bring in low-paid workers, such as minorities and foreigners, whenever there was a strike. The mining company would go to great lengths to break up unions. They would pit workers against each other and also bring in the Pinkertons, a muscle-for-hire company that specialized in such dirty deeds. Think of them as the Blackwater of the early 20th century.
Easy, agitator.
Everybody, see I don't got a gun on me.
What good do you think that's gonna do you, Red?
You shoot me, folks will know it was murder.
Well, that's some cold comfort. Now, you listen to me, Red.
So, if you want to take a glimpse at some of the revolutionary activity that took place in the US back in the day, or if you just need a little inspiration for the upcoming uprising, watch this flick. If I had hands, I would give it 2 thumbs up. As young revolutionaries, we sometimes get caught up trying to reinvent the wheel, when there have been people before us who have been fighting the good fight for some time, and who can teach us a thing or two. This week I bring you Randy Rowland of Pepper Spray Productions. Randy was a GI war resister during the Vietnam quagmire, and did some hard motherfucking time in the clink for refusing to fight. He is one of the founders of the Independent Media Center, and a veteran of the WTO protest in Seattle. Hey Randy, how the fuck are you?
Well, I'm good, thank you.
So Randy, I will ask you only one question. What is the role of independent media during this election year?